Emergency protocol activated. We have a code black situation developing in Northern California.
Standing by, what's the nature of the emergency?
Military liaison reporting, ready for briefing.
Entity Research Division online.
Tech monitoring active. Social media feeds under surveillance.
Wildfire camera network detected massive anomalous entities at 0347 hours. Initial reports indicated equipment malfunction, but we have confirmation from multiple camera stations. These are not equipment failures.
How massive are we talking?
Sending preliminary analysis to the chat now. Based on tree height estimates, we're looking at approximately 200 feet tall on average.
Jesus Christ, that can't be accurate.
Dr. Juniper, we have a problem. Social media is exploding with amateur footage. Hikers, campers, people are recording these things. Deletion teams are not keeping up with the volume.
How many entities are we tracking?
Current count shows at least 12 distinct specimens, all exhibiting the same size and genome. I'm designating them as wildfire giants for classification purposes.
Wildfire giants? Oh, because of the fires.
Correct. The positioning suggests they may also function independently. Upper arms appear to be in a raised position on some, lower arms hanging at the sides.
What's their current position and trajectory?
They're moving south through the Mendocino National Forest. Speed appears to be approximately 15 miles per hour. That puts them at populated areas within 6 hours.
Social media suppression is failing. We have over 200 unique video uploads in the last 30 minutes. Twitter Dr. Giant's invasion is trending. TikTok videos getting millions of views before we can remove them.
Crap, the cat's out of the bag. We need to move to damage control immediately.
Negative, Carl. We're way past damage control. This is a public safety emergency. Prepare emergency broadcast authorization.
You want to go public with this? We don't even know what these things are or what they want.
They're 200 feet tall and heading towards civilian population centers. I don't need to know their intentions to know that people need to evacuate.
Dr. Juniper, I need authorization to deploy military assets. We have capabilities that could neutralize these threats.
What kind of capabilities?
Airstrike capabilities, heavy artillery, tactical nuclear options if necessary.
Wait, Colonel Wright. We don't know if these entities are entirely hostile. They could be neutral or even beneficial.
Dr. Foster, they're giant unknown creatures approaching our cities. Hostile until proven otherwise is the only safe assumption. And I mean, just look at the damn things.
Getting reports from emergency services, 911 calls are overwhelming the system. People are seeing them with their own eyes now. Panic is setting in across 3 counties.
Carl, draft emergency broadcast immediately. Focus on evacuation procedures for affected areas. Do not speculate on entity intentions or origins.
Working on it now. Should I coordinate with local news stations?
All major networks, emergency alert system, everything. This goes out in 20 minutes maximum.
Dr. Juniper, I'm analyzing movement patterns. These entities appear to be moving in coordinated formation. This suggests intelligence and communication capability.
All the more reason to neutralize the threat. Coordinated movement means coordinated attack potential.
Colonel Rat, what's the ETA on military response?
Nearest air assets are at Travis Air Force Base. 2 hours minimum for deployment. Ground forces are looking at 4 to 6 hours.
The entities will reach populated areas before we can mount effective defense. Evacuation is our only immediate option.
Dr. Juniper, we have a bigger problem. These things didn't just appear in California. Getting reports from Oregon, Washington, Nevada. This is happening simultaneously across the entire Pacific coast.
How is that possible?
Current count is over 50 entities across 4 states. All appeared at approximately the same time, all moving toward population centers.
This is not a natural phenomenon. The coordination suggests external intelligence, possibly extraterrestrial or interdimensional origin.
I don't care where they came from. We need to stop them before they reach our cities.
Dr. Foster, any indication of their capabilities beyond movement?
Unknown at this time. No observed destructive behavior yet, but their size alone makes them extremely dangerous. A single footstep could level a building.
Emergency services are reporting mass exodus from affected areas. Highways are clogged. People are abandoning vehicles. This is becoming a humanitarian crisis.
Emergency broadcast is ready for approval. Should I send it to you for review?
Send it now, no time for review. Get it on air immediately.
Broadcasting in 3 minutes across all networks. Emergency alert system activating.
Dr. Juniper, I need those deployment orders. Every minute we wait gives these things more time to reach civilians.
You have authorization for defensive positioning only. Do not engage unless they demonstrate hostile intent.
Understood. Deploying defensive perimeter.
Wait, I'm seeing something new. The head appears disproportionately small compared to the body, and I can't make out any facial features. No visible eyes, nose, or mouth.
How are they navigating if they can't see?
Unknown, possibly other sensory mechanisms, or they may perceive reality differently than we do.
Social media is calling them the California Giants now. Trending worldwide, over 10 million posts. International news is picking up the story.
There goes any hope of containment. This is going to be the biggest news story in human history.
Focus on the immediate crisis. We can worry about media management after we ensure public safety.
Air assets are airborne. ETA to intercept is 90 minutes. Ground forces mobilizing from multiple bases.
Dr. Juniper, I'm concerned about escalation. If these entities are intelligent, military action could provoke retaliation.
Noted, Dr. Foster, but civilian protection is priority one. Colonel Wright, maintain defensive posture until further notice.
Getting reports that some entities have stopped moving. They appear to be observing populated areas from a distance, like they're studying us.
Emergency broadcast is live across all networks. Evacuation orders issued for all affected areas. Estimating 2.3 million people need to evacuate immediately.
Riley Kim, any indication of what they're observing?
Unclear, but they seem focused on areas with high population density. Cities, towns, major highways. One appears to be watching a school district.
This behavior suggests intelligence and possibly benevolent curiosity.
Or they're selecting targets, predator behavior, studying prey before the attack.
We can't make assumptions either way. Continue evacuation procedures while monitoring their behavior.
Dr. Juniper, Federal Emergency Management is asking for status update. They want to know if this requires presidential involvement.
Tell them we're escalating to federal emergency status. This is beyond our regional capabilities. We need national coordination and resources.
Media is demanding answers. They want to know what these things are and where they came from. How should I respond?
Standard protocol, ongoing investigation, public safety priority. Do not speculate on origins or intentions.
Dr. Juniper, I'm detecting seismic activity. Their footsteps are registering on earthquake monitoring equipment. Each step is equivalent to a magnitude 2.0 earthquake.
That's going to cause structural damage even if they're not hostile. Buildings near their path could collapse from vibrations alone.
Add structural collapse warnings to evacuation orders. Emergency services need to clear wider areas than initially planned.
Evacuation is proceeding, but traffic jams are massive. Some people are stuck on highways directly in the entity's path. Emergency services can't reach everyone in time.
Colonel Wright, can military assets assist with evacuation?
Redirecting some helicopters for civilian evacuation, but our primary mission remains defensive positioning.
I'm seeing behavior changes. Some entities have begun moving again. They appear to be coordinating their movements, like they're communicating with each other somehow.
How is that possible without visible or audible communication?
Unknown, possibly telepathic or using frequencies we can't detect.
This confirms intelligent coordination. These are not random creatures. This is an organized presence.
Public panic is intensifying. Stock markets are crashing globally. Religious groups are claiming this is the apocalypse.
Maybe they're right. If there are 50 of these things and they're organized, this could be an invasion force.
We deal with facts, not speculation. Continue monitoring and evacuation procedures. Be prepared for any scenario, but don't assume the worst.
Dr. Juniper, we have visual confirmation. One of the entities has reached the outskirts of Ukiah. Population 16,000. Evacuation still in progress.
Is it demonstrating any hostile behavior?
Negative. It's standing motionless about a mile from the city limits. Appears to be observing the evacuation.
This could be positive. Maybe they're waiting for civilians to clear the area, showing consideration for human life.
Or they're waiting for us to lower our guard.
Continue evacuation, maintain observation. Do not engage unless civilians are directly threatened. This is now a federal emergency. All agencies coordinate through this channel until further notice.
911, this is an emergency. I need help immediately. There's something in the woods that's trying to freaking kill me.
This is emergency dispatch. What is your location?
Tanyard Creek Hiking Trail, Arizona, about 3 miles north of the main parking area. I was looking for my friends who went missing yesterday.
Are you injured, sir? What kind of emergency are you reporting?
I'm not injured, but there's a creature here. It's huge. Maybe 40 feet tall. It has sirens where its head should be. Here, I snapped a picture of it from my hiding spot. It's been making sounds too. Voices calling for help. I think it got my friends.
Sir, I'm going to transfer you to our Emergency Coordination Center. They're better equipped to handle this type of report.
Wait, don't transfer me. I can hear it moving again. Oh God. It's making Harrison's voice. He's one of my missing friends.
Dr. Juniper, priority message coming in from Arizona. Civilian reporting entity encounter matching Siren head files.
Put him through to the crisis channel. We can't handle multiple unknown entities without coordination.
Fenton, This is Emergency Management Agency Crisis Coordination. Dr. Juniper is our lead coordinator.
Fenton, this is Dr. Juniper. I understand you're encountering an anomalous entity. Can you describe exactly what you're seeing?
It's about 40 feet tall, really thin. Long arms that reach almost to the ground. The head is two sirens facing opposite directions, connected by what looks like flesh.
Dr. Juniper, that matches archived reports from 1966. Entity designation Siren Head. Highly dangerous. Confirmed hostile. Last documented encounter resulted in 3 casualties.
Fenton, you are in extreme danger. This entity has killed many times before.
I know. I can hear it imitating my friends' voices. Harrison is calling for help, but I saw his backpack near a tree. There was blood on it. A lot of blood.
Cross-referencing missing person reports for Arizona. 3 hikers reported missing in Tanyard Creek area 6 days ago. Harrison Gödel, age 23. Hubert Wallace, age 25. Nathan Torres, age 24.
Those are their names. That bastard, it's making Hubert's voice now. Fenton, help me, I'm hurt, I can't move. But Hubert's voice sounds distorted, like it's coming through a broken speaker.
Fenton, do not respond to the voices. Do not go toward the sounds. Siren Head uses vocal mimicry to lure victims. Your friends are most likely deceased.
I figured that one out, but hearing their voices is messing with my head. It sounds so real, so desperate.
Dr. Juniper, should I issue an emergency broadcast for Arizona?
Yes, immediate area evacuation. Include warnings about responding to distress calls in the region.
Military assets are engaged with the California situation. Nearest available units are 2 hours from Arizona.
Fenton, you're on your own for now. Dr. Foster, survival instructions immediately.
Fenton, stay completely silent. Siren Head hunts primarily through sound. Do not use your phone's speaker or make calls. Text communication only.
Got it. I'm hiding behind some large rocks near the creek, but it's definitely moving closer. I can hear the mechanical whirring from its sirens. Now it's playing Nathan's voice. Fenton, where are you, man? We're lost. We need help.
Ignore all voices, no matter how convincing. Previous survivor reported Siren Head can perfectly replicate speech patterns. It may have recorded your friends before killing them.
That's horrifying. Wait, it's changing the sounds. Now it's playing what sounds like emergency radio chatter. Unit 23 responding to missing hikers. Tanyard Creek location. Search and rescue en route. Maintain position.
That's not us. We haven't even deployed search and rescue yet. It's mimicking emergency services to confuse you.
Fenton, any emergency responder voices you hear are fake. We have not sent units to your location yet.
How does it know what emergency radio sounds like?
Siren Head can intercept and reproduce any audio signal. Radio, television, phone calls, even private conversations. It's essentially a living recording device.
It stopped moving. The sirens went quiet. This is somehow worse than when it was making noise.
Fenton, what's your exact GPS coordinates? I'm redirecting the nearest helicopter from California.
But I don't think I should stay in one place. Oh crap, it's moving again. Really fast. Like it's walking, but covering huge distances with each step.
Siren Head can move extremely quickly when it wants to, but it prefers to stalk slowly to prolong the hunt.
It's circling my position. I can see it through the trees. Just the outline. Those sirens keep turning, like they're scanning for something. Probably scanning for me.
Emergency broadcast is live across Arizona, warning people to evacuate the area and ignore distress calls.
Local news is picking up the story. They're calling it the Arizona Forest Monster.
Fenton, can you move to a more secure location? Cave, deep forest, somewhere with multiple exit routes?
There's a rocky outcrop about 200 yards north. Looks like it has some crevices I could hide in, but I'd have to cross open ground to get there.
Do it now while it's circling. Siren Head seems to lose track of stationary targets temporarily. Move quietly and quickly.
Moving now, staying low, trying not to step on branches. It's still circling, but I think it lost my exact position. Wait, it's making new sounds. Police sirens, ambulance sirens, fire truck horns, all at once, really loud.
That's probably a hunting behavior, trying to flush you out with overwhelming audio.
Working on me, that's for sure. My ears are ringing and I want to run, but I'm almost to the rocks. Made it to the rocks. Found a narrow crevice, I'm wedged in pretty tight. Can still see out, but I'm mostly hidden.
Helicopter ETA is 45 minutes. Can you maintain your position until then?
I'll try. It's getting closer to my hiding spot. Wait, that's not right.
Describe what you're seeing exactly.
The arms are almost as long as its whole body, ends in massive hands with really long fingers, but it's walking on its actual legs. The hands are just dragging along the ground sometimes.
That matches our description of it. Bipedal locomotion with disproportionately long arms.
It stopped right outside my hiding spot. I can see the sirens clearly now. They're definitely organic, like they grew out of its neck. There are wires or veins connecting them to its body, and I can see inside one of the sirens. There are teeth in there.
Teeth? That wasn't in the previous reports.
Yeah, like human teeth, but way too many of them. Arranged in rows like a shark. Oh no, it's making sound again. But now it's my own voice. Help! There's something in the woods. I need help immediately. That's exactly what I said when I first called 911.
It recorded your initial emergency call. It's trying to attract rescuers by impersonating you.
This is worse than we thought. It's adapting its hunting strategy in real time.
It's walking away from my position, still broadcasting my voice asking for help. But it's moving toward where rescue teams would come from. It's trying to ambush whoever comes to save me.
Helicopter pilot is being briefed on the deception tactics. They'll maintain radio silence and approach from unexpected direction.
Good thinking. I can barely see it now, but I can still hear my voice echoing through the woods. This is so messed up. How is something like this even possible?
We don't have complete answers. Siren Head appears to be supernatural in origin, possibly extraterrestrial or extra-dimensional.
Focus on survival first, explanations later. Fenton, status report.
Still hidden in the rocks. I can hear it moving around out there, but can't see it. The sound of my own voice calling for help is getting fainter. I think it's moving further away.
Helicopter is 15 minutes out. Pilot reports visual on the entity, confirming 40-plus foot height. Siren Head configuration.
Can they see me?
Negative, you're well concealed. They're going to create a distraction to draw it away from your position.
What kind of distraction?
Loudspeaker system. Emergency broadcast sounds. Hopefully it will investigate the helicopter instead of hunting for you.
Wait, I can hear helicopter rotors. And the thing? Siren Head? It's changing direction, moving toward the sound. It's making new noises now, like air traffic control radio chatter.
It's trying to communicate with or confuse the helicopter. Standard protocol is to ignore all audio from unknown sources.
The helicopter is hovering about half a mile away. Siren Head is walking toward it, but moving really slowly, like it's being cautious. Oh wait, now it's running. Those long legs are covering ground incredibly fast.
Helicopter is pulling back, maintaining safe distance. You should have a window to move to the extraction point.
Fenton, GPS coordinates for pickup are being sent to your phone. Move carefully but quickly.
Got the coordinates. It's about 300 yards southwest of my position. I can see the clearing where they want to pick me up. Starting to move now. Siren Head is still chasing the helicopter. It's making airplane engine sounds now. Really loud. Trying to mimic aircraft, I think.
That's new behavior. Previous encounters showed mimicry of human voices only. It's evolving its capabilities.
I'm halfway to the extraction point, moving through thick brush, trying to stay hidden. The helicopter sounds are getting fainter. I think they're leading it away from me. Oh no, the sound stopped. Everything went quiet. That's not good, is it?
Helicopter reports the entity stopped pursuing. It's standing motionless about a mile from your position. Pilot says it looks like it's listening for something.
Fenton, stay in absolute silence until you reach extraction. Do not send any more messages until you're in the helicopter.
Understood. I'm in the helicopter. We're airborne. I can see Siren Head below us. It's standing in the clearing where I was hiding, looking up at us. Those sirens are pointed right at the helicopter.
Extraction successful. Fenton is secure, en route to medical evaluation.
Fenton, congratulations on surviving. You're only the second documented Siren Head survivor.
Second? Someone else lived through this?
Chad Morrison, 1995. Similar circumstances, lost friends, managed to escape. You'll want to speak with him during debrief.
My friends. Harrison, Hubert, Nathan. They're really gone, aren't they?
Search teams will look for remains once the area is secure, but given previous encounters, recovery is unlikely.
That thing has their voices now. It's going to use them to hurt other people.
That's why your survival and testimony are so important. We need to understand these entities to protect others.
I'll tell you everything I remember.
David, we have multiple motion sensor alerts. Sectors 7 through 12 all triggered in the last 5 minutes.
I see them on my board too. That's weird though. They're activating in sequence, like something big is moving through the corridors.
How big are we talking? The sensors are set for human-sized movement. So whatever this is, it's much larger, right?
Could be a homeless person or an urban explorer. Mall's been abandoned for 3 years. We get them sometimes.
No, look at the pattern. The sensors are triggering from floor to ceiling. This thing is at least 8 feet tall.
8 feet? That's not human.
I'm checking the camera feeds now. Most of the cameras in that section are down, but I've got partial coverage.
What the hell is that thing? It looks like it's wearing gloves.
White gloves, yeah. And look at how it moves. It's not walking normally, it's like flowing.
Flowing?
Yep. Its body is changing shape as it moves, so it's definitely not a human.
Emma, we need to call this in.
Already dialing mall security headquarters. Wait, the automated system is sending alerts to some emergency management agency. I've never seen that protocol before.
Alert received from Eastland Mall, Ohio. Motion signatures and visual confirmation matching the cartoon cat profile. This is code Diamond Knight. Maximum threat level.
Attempting contact with on-site security personnel. We need immediate evacuation and containment.
Emma, I'm getting alerts from some government agency, emergency management something. They want to talk to us about what we're seeing.
Put them through to the group chat. I want both of us to hear this.
Emma and David, this is Riley Kim with Emergency Management. You are in extreme danger. The entity you've encountered is designated as Cartoon Cat. Survival chances for direct encounters with this entity are 0%.
0%? The hell?
It means everyone who has encountered this entity has died. No exceptions, no survivors. You need to evacuate immediately.
We can't just abandon our posts. We have a job to do.
Your job won't matter if you're dead. Cartoon Cat is the most dangerous entity we've documented.
How dangerous are we talking? It's just moving around the mall. It hasn't done anything aggressive.
That's hunting behavior. It's mapping the area, learning the layout, looking for prey.
Prey? You mean us?
Cartoon Cat feeds on human suffering and death. It enjoys the hunt as much as the kill. The longer you stay, the more danger you're in.
Emma, I'm going to check sectors 15 through 18. You take 10 through 14. We can track this thing better if we stay split up.
Is that smart given what these people just told us?
We know this mall better than anyone. If something goes wrong, we can get out fast.
Okay. But we stay in constant contact. Any sighting of the thing, we meet at the main security office immediately.
Deal! Checking Sector 15 now. Motion sensors are quiet here.
Sector 12 still showing intermittent activity. Whatever it is, it's moving really slowly now, like it's being more careful.
Emma, you need to see this. Someone or something arranged these toys. They're positioned to look like they're screaming.
That's horrifying. Who would do something like that?
I don't think it was a who. Look at the positioning. The precision. This took intelligence, but not human intelligence.
David, half the cameras in my section are destroyed. Not just turned off or disconnected, physically smashed. Like something didn't want to be recorded.
It knows about the surveillance system. It's actively trying to hide from us.
Or trap us. If it destroys the cameras, we can't see where it is, but it can still track us through the motion sensors.
Emma and David, status report immediately. We're losing your camera feeds on our end.
The entity is destroying surveillance equipment. It's demonstrating advanced problem-solving capabilities.
That's consistent with Cartoon Cat behavior. It understands human technology and actively counters it.
You need to evacuate right now. Every minute you stay increases the danger exponentially.
We're security guards. We don't run from problems. We solve them.
This isn't a problem you can solve. This is a supernatural predator that has killed dozens of people.
Dozens?
Shopping malls, office buildings, anywhere it can trap people inside. It prefers enclosed spaces where victims can't escape.
David, I'm getting some crazy-ass readings on the infrared meter. The heat signature keeps changing size and shape. Sometimes it looks human-sized. Sometimes it fills an entire corridor.
That matches what I'm seeing on motion sensors. 1 minute it's in Sector 16. The next, it's somehow in Sector 20. That's impossible unless it can teleport.
Or unless it can move through walls. I just caught it on camera for a split second. Look at this, David. Its body is like liquid. It's flowing through spaces that should be too small.
Emma, that's not normal. Nothing should be able to move like that.
I'm starting to think those government people are right. We should get out of here.
Agreed. Let's head to the main exit. Meet me at the central atrium.
On my way, taking the service corridor to avoid the areas where we saw it.
Smart thinking. I'm coming from the other direction.
Uh-oh. The service corridor lights are flickering, and I can hear something moving in the walls.
Moving in the walls? Like pipes or electrical systems?
No, like scratching. Like claws on metal. It's following me through the ventilation system.
Crap! Forget the meeting point then. Head straight for the exit.
I'm trying, but the corridor ahead is completely dark. The lights aren't just flickering, they're going out in sequence. Like something is breaking them as it moves.
Emma, I can see you on the last working camera in that section. There's something behind you. It's huge, and it's gaining ground.
I can't see anything behind me. Are you sure?
Positive, you need to run. Don't look back. Just run.
Damn, okay, I'm running now. I can see the exit. Emergency door is just ahead. I'm almost out.
Keep going and don't stop. I'm watching you on camera. You're almost safe.
David, the exit door won't open. It's locked from the outside.
Try the other exit.
That's on the other side of the mall. I'd have to go back through where that thing is.
Emma, on the camera I can see it at the end of your corridor. It's just standing there, watching you.
I don't see anything. The corridor behind me looks empty.
Emma, it's right there. Turn around. Emma! Emma, answer me. Emma, please. Oh, no, Emma. I'm sorry, but I'm out of here. Wait, the door to the security office is open. I always lock that door when I leave. Crap.
David, status report. David, are you there? We've lost all camera feeds from the mall. David, please respond.
He's gone. They're both gone. Cartoon Cat has claimed 2 more victims.
Damn it, we should have moved faster.
There was nothing we could do. Once Cartoon Cat selects its hunting ground, Escape is nearly impossible.
Nearly?
There are no recorded survivors. Emma and David are the latest casualties in a long list.
Do we send a recovery team?
No point. Cartoon Cat doesn't leave remains. It consumes everything. Body, soul, even the memory of its victims. By tomorrow, it will be like Emma and David never existed.
That's horrific.
That's Cartoon Cat, the most malevolent entity we've ever encountered. And now it's fed again, which means it's growing stronger.
This is Sheriff Wood requesting emergency support. We have multiple missing persons cases along Route 108. 7 vehicles found abandoned in the last 48 hours. No sign of the occupants.
Sheriff Wood, what's the nature of the abandonment? Mechanical failure, accidents, or voluntary abandonment?
None of the above. These vehicles were damaged in a way I've never seen. Look at this damage, man. The roof isn't just dented, it's punctured. Like something enormous punched through from above.
Sheriff, are you suggesting animal attack? Bear, moose, something large?
No animal I know of could do this.
Sheriff, I'm connecting you to emergency management. This sounds like something they need to handle.
Sheriff Wood, this is EMA Crisis Coordination. We're receiving your reports about vehicle abandonment.
Sheriff, this is Dr. Juniper, lead coordinator. Can you describe the exact locations of these incidents?
All within a 5-mile radius of the Stowe Bridge. Route 108 crosses over Waterbury Creek. Every single abandoned vehicle was found within 200 yards of that bridge.
Sheriff, what's the substrate under the bridge? Soil composition, drainage systems, any underground structures?
Mostly clay and bedrock. There's a culvert system, but nothing large enough for human passage. Why are you asking about underground structures?
Sheriff, I'm pulling traffic camera footage from your area. This was captured 3 hours ago, right before the Johnson family vehicle was found abandoned.
What in the hell is that thing? It's massive, maybe 60 feet long, and it's coming up from underground.
Entity designation, highway worm. Hostile classification, extreme danger. We need immediate highway closure.
Sheriff Wood, evacuate the area immediately. Close Route 108 from mile marker 15 to mile marker 22.
That's a major highway. I need authorization from the state.
You have federal emergency authorization. Close it now. People's lives depend on it.
All units, this is Sheriff Wood. Close Route 108 between mile markers 15 and 22. Federal emergency authorization. No civilian traffic allowed.
Sheriff, what's the reason for closure? I need something to tell drivers.
Structural damage to the bridge. Potential collapse hazard. Divert all traffic to Route 100.
Copy that, Sheriff. Setting up roadblocks now.
Dr. Juniper, media is asking questions about the highway closure. How should I handle this?
Standard protocol. Bridge inspection, potential structural integrity issues. Do not mention the missing persons connection.
Military assets are en route to the area. What's our engagement protocol?
Observation only until we find the entity's location. Do not engage unless civilians are directly threatened.
I'm investigating the bridge area on foot, staying at safe distance, but I need to understand what we're dealing with. The concrete supports show massive bite marks. This thing can chew through reinforced concrete, and look at the size of these marks. The jaw span has to be at least 15 feet.
Sheriff, are you sure you should be that close?
I'm maintaining safe distance, but I can feel vibrations in the ground, like something massive moving underground. It's tracking me somehow.
Sheriff Wood, get away from the bridge immediately. We're detecting seismic activity in your area.
I can feel it too. The ground is shaking. Oh my God, it's coming up. It's even bigger than the camera footage showed. The head is the size of a truck, and the mouth, there are rows of teeth.
Sheriff, move away from the bridge now. Bridge worm attacks are triggered by ground vibrations. Your footsteps are drawing it toward you.
I'm running back to my vehicle.
Sheriff, helicopters are inbound. We can extract you if necessary.
Made it to my patrol car, but I'm not starting the engine. I think engine vibrations might attract it. Yeah, I'm just going to wait here quietly.
Sheriff Wood, we're tracking the entity's movement. It's retreating back underground. Seismic sensors show it's moving away from your position.
Confirmed, I can't feel the vibrations anymore. It's gone back to wherever it came from.
This is consistent with ambush predator behavior. It waits underground until vehicles pass overhead, then strikes from below.
Sheriff, examine the bridge structure for tunnel entrances. We need to understand its access points.
Roger that. Found the entrance. This tunnel wasn't here 6 months ago. The entity dug this itself. It's been preparing this hunting ground. All units, we have a situation. The bridge closure needs to be expanded. I'm finding evidence of tunnel systems under multiple bridges.
How many bridges are we talking about?
At least 5 within a 10-mile radius. Route 108, Route 100, Interstate 89. This thing has been busy.
Sheriff, expanding the closure area will affect thousands of commuters.
Better inconvenience than dead. Issue the expanded closure order.
Media pressure is intensifying. They're not buying the bridge inspection story. Too many closures, Too much military presence.
Switch to the serial killer narrative. Multiple missing persons, highway predator, coordinate with FBI for credibility.
That's actually believable given the circumstances. I'll draft a statement about a highway serial killer.
Sheriff Wood, social media is showing posts from drivers, reports of strange sounds under bridges across New England. This entity may have a much larger territory than we initially thought.
That's consistent with what I'm seeing. The tunnel systems are extensive. This isn't just one creature, or it's been here for years, building its own infrastructure.
Military units are in position. We have explosive charges ready to collapse the tunnel systems, awaiting authorization.
Authorized. Seal all detected tunnels. Force the entity to the surface where we can engage it.
Charges detonated. All personnel have cleared the blast radius.
I'm seeing massive seismic activity. The explosions are causing something to move underground, really fast, like it's fleeing. Wait, it's surfacing. The explosions hurt it. It's bleeding.
Engaging with heavy weapons. All ground units are firing at will.
Direct hits on the head and body. It's writhing around, trying to get back underground. But the tunnel entrances are collapsed. It's trapped on the surface. All units, maintain safe distance. The entity is wounded but still dangerous. It's thrashing around, destroying everything in its path.
Sheriff, it's moving toward the populated area. We need to evacuate Stowe Village.
Evacuation is already underway, but this thing is faster than we expected. Even wounded, it's covering ground quickly.
Dr. Juniper, requesting authorization for extreme measures. The entity is approaching civilian population. Our guns are not stopping it.
What kind of extreme measures?
Carpet bombing of the engagement area. Complete destruction of the highway section.
Authorized. Clear all personnel from the area immediately.
Airstrike inbound. ETA 10 minutes.
All units fall back to secondary perimeter. The cavalry is coming.
Bombing run commencing. Multiple strikes on target.
I can see the explosions from here. The entire section of highway is gone. Just a crater where Route 108 used to be.
Confirming direct hits on the entity. Target appears to be neutralized.
I'm moving in to confirm the kill. It's dead. The bridge worm is finally dead. First confirmed kill of one of these entities.
Sheriff Wood, you need to secure the area. We need to study the remains before they decompose.
Copy that. Setting up perimeter around the crash site. This is going to be one hell of a report to write.
Excellent work, everyone. We have our first successful entity termination. This proves these things can be killed.
The remains will provide valuable research data. We might finally understand what we're dealing with.
Military response protocols proved effective. Overwhelming firepower can neutralize these threats.
7 missing persons, though. The Johnson family, the Mitchell couple, 3 others. They're still gone.
But how many lives did we save by stopping it? This thing could have killed dozens more.
True. At least it's over. The bridge worm is dead and gone.
This is Lisa Martins reporting an incident on Route 6. I'm traveling with my taxi driver, and we're seeing dead animals everywhere. Way more than normal for a rural highway.
This is Pennsylvania Emergency Services. What's your exact location?
Mile marker 47 heading west. But the weird thing is that these animals look freshly dead. Yet no traffic has passed us in the last hour. How are there so many new roadkill?
Ma'am, could be from overnight traffic. Animals are more active during dawn and dusk hours.
No, you don't understand. These weren't here 30 minutes ago when we passed going the other direction. And the smell? Even with windows closed, the smell of death is overwhelming.
Mom, something weird is happening on my route. I'm on Route 209, about 20 miles from you. Look at this. There's dozens of them, all along the roadside.
Tommy, that's exactly what I'm seeing.
This is Tommy Martins on Route 209, reporting massive numbers of dead animals along the highway. These animals don't look like they were hit by cars. No tire marks, no impact damage. They just look dead.
Tommy, we received a similar report from your mother. Are you two coordinating these reports?
No. We're in different taxis going different directions, but we're both seeing the same thing. Dead animals appearing out of nowhere.
Emergency alert from Pennsylvania. Multiple reports of spontaneous animal deaths along rural highways. Environmental signature matches God of Roadkill territory.
God of Roadkill? That's a new one for me.
Supernatural entity that punishes drivers for animal deaths. Extremely dangerous. Targets specific individuals with history of vehicle-animal collisions.
What's the threat level?
High lethality rate, but it's selective about its victims. Only targets drivers who have killed animals with their vehicles.
The smell is getting worse. My taxi driver is gagging. He's never encountered anything like this in 20 years of driving, he says. And now the animals are appearing closer to the road, like they're being arranged or something.
Lisa, can you see any large figure hiding in the woods?
No. Should I?
Mom, my car radio is picking up interference. Sounds like animal noises, crying, whimpering, dying sounds.
Mine too. The taxi radio is playing sounds of animals in distress. But there's no radio station broadcasting this. It's coming from somewhere else.
I'm recording this audio. This is not normal radio interference. These sounds are too clear, too specific.
Tracing GPS coordinates for Lisa and Tommy Martins. Lisa's route intersects with 7 single-car accidents in the last month, all involving unexplained loss of vehicle control.
That's classic God of roadkill hunting pattern. It causes drivers to crash, then feeds on their guilt and terror.
Riley, check insurance records for both Lisa and Tommy. Look for previous animal collision claims.
Searching databases now. Lisa Martin's deer collision 3 months ago, Route 15. Insurance claim for $3,200 in vehicle damage. Tommy Martin's. No animal collision history.
Lisa is the primary target then. Tommy is probably just collateral damage for being in the area.
Mom, I'm seeing movement in the tree line. Something large walking parallel to the highway, keeping pace with our vehicle.
I see something like that too. It's tall, maybe 8 feet, walking on 2 legs but hunched over, moving through the trees like it's following us.
Dr. Juniper, I have helicopter assets available. Should we extract the Martins family?
Affirmative. Lisa is a confirmed target. God of roadkill will not stop until it claims her.
Helicopters dispatched to both locations. ETA 15 minutes.
That may not be fast enough. God of roadkill attacks are rapid once it reveals itself.
My taxi is experiencing mechanical problems. Engine is sputtering, steering feels loose. The driver says this has never happened before. This car was literally serviced yesterday.
Lisa, can you pull over safely?
The driver is trying, but the car won't respond properly. We're losing control of the vehicle. Oh God, there's something in the headlights. Tommy, I can see it clearly now. It has a bird skull for a head, long beak like a needle, 4 eyes arranged in a row across the top of the skull, body made of red bones, no flesh.
Tell the driver to reverse.
The car won't respond to any controls. We're heading straight toward the trees. The entity is controlling our trajectory somehow.
Lost GPS signal from Lisa's taxi. Last known location shows vehicle veered off highway. Single car accident. Consistent with previous God of roadkill incidents.
Tommy's still in contact?
Yes, his taxi is approximately 10 miles away, still heading toward Lisa's last known position.
Dr. Juniper, Tommy is heading toward the God of roadkill. Do we extract him or let him proceed?
He's not a primary target, no history of animal collisions, but his presence could complicate containment.
Tommy could become a witness. Media exposure of God of roadkill would cause way too much of a panic.
We can't have a civilian's testimony about supernatural entities, especially with multiple entity incidents occurring simultaneously.
Colonel Wright, what are our options for preventing witness testimony?
Extraction and debriefing with memory suppression or permanent containment of the witness.
Tommy is a minor. Memory suppression protocols are unreliable on adolescents.
Then we proceed with permanent containment. Drone strike authorization requested.
This is a 17-year-old kid
who is about to expose supernatural entities to the public during a crisis involving multiple simultaneous entity incidents. Containment is necessary for national security. Target acquired. Tommy Martin's taxi, Route 209, mile marker 31. Drone strike authorized and executed.
Strike confirmed.
Direct hit on vehicle. No survivors. Witness containment successful.
Jesus Christ, right? That was a kid.
That was a security breach during a national emergency. We have 5 different entities active simultaneously. We cannot afford civilian exposure.
Log it as a vehicle accident. Mechanical failure, explosion, tragic coincidence. No connection to the entity incidents.
Media will ask questions about military aircraft in the area. How do we explain the drone presence?
Training exercise. Routine military operations, unrelated to civilian casualties. Standard protocol.
Both Lisa and Tommy Morrison are confirmed KIA. God of roadkill incident contained. No witnesses, no media exposure.
The entity has retreated back into the forest. Seismic sensors show it returning to dormant behavior. Crisis resolved.
2 civilian casualties to prevent potential hundreds of casualties from panic. Acceptable losses given the circumstances.
Agreed. Containment successful. Moving to next priority entity.
911, this is Patricia Vale from Channel 8 News. I need immediate help at our television station. There's something inside the building killing people.
Patricia, what's your location and nature of emergency?
Channel 8 News Station, 1247 Industrial Drive, Burlington. I'm locked in the production room. There's a massive insect-like creature in the hallway. It's already killed at least 6 of my co-workers.
Ma'am, did you say insect-like creature? Can you describe what you're seeing?
It's huge, maybe the size of a small car. Dark-colored, has what looks like a giant needle coming from its head. It keeps moving in short bursts, really fast, then stops completely, like it's listening.
Patricia, I'm dispatching emergency services to your location. Stay on the line and keep documenting what you see. This information may be critical for first responders.
Emergency alert from Vermont TV station. Civilian reporting large insectoid entity, matching potential housefly profile.
Housefly confirmed. Extremely dangerous parasitic entity. Injects victims with eggs that consume host from inside.
Another entity manifestation. How many simultaneous incidents can we handle?
This one's different, Doctor. Juniper. The civilian is a news broadcaster. She's live streaming the encounter.
The creature just injected someone with that needle thing. Mike from our camera crew. Oh lord, his skin is already changing color. It's turning gray and peeling.
Patricia, are you recording this?
Yes, I'm broadcasting live on our emergency frequency channel. People need to know what's happening here. This thing is spreading something, some kind of infection. You can see things moving under Mike's skin, like worms or larvae. He's still alive, but he can't speak.
Patricia Vale is broadcasting entity footage to the entire Northeast region. Emergency alert system is carrying her signal automatically. We need to shut down her transmission immediately.
I can't kill the emergency broadcast system. It's designed to override all other communications during disasters.
Then we work with what we have. Treat her as an asset, not a liability.
Housefly reproduction is extremely rapid. Victims become incubators within minutes. Entire building could be compromised.
Patricia, help is en route. Can you describe the creature's movement patterns?
It vibrates in place, like a regular housefly, then shoots forward incredibly fast. Stops, vibrates, shoots forward again. But here's the creepy part. It has human arms. 2 normal-looking human arms on the front of its body. It's using them to open doors.
Human arms?
Yeah, it just opened the elevator with them. Press the buttons like a person would. This thing is intelligent. It's not just a mindless insect. It's moving through the building systematically, floor by floor, room by room, injecting everyone it finds. The people it injected earlier are starting to collapse. Their bodies are breaking open. Small insects are crawling out, dozens of them from each person.
Patricia, you need to get out of that building. Find an exit route immediately.
All the exits are blocked. It's trapped us in here deliberately. This thing is going to kill us all.
Patricia's broadcast is going viral. Social media engagement is exploding. Vermont news attack is trending nationally.
We can't contain this one. The footage is too clear, too widespread.
Then we use it. Official government confirmation of the threat. Coordinated response, not cover-up.
That's a major policy shift. Are we abandoning containment protocols?
Multiple simultaneous entity incidents make containment impossible. We adapt, or we fail completely.
Military units are en route to the station. Biological containment protocols authorized.
The creature is outside my door now. I can see its shadow under the crack. Those human arms are trying the door handle.
Patricia, is the door locked?
Yes, but it's learning. It's figuring out how the lock works, using those arms like human hands. Oh no, it's picking the lock. Actually picking the lock like a burglar would. How is this possible?
Patricia, prepare to move. Emergency services are in the building. They're coming for you.
First responders are reporting multiple casualties. Entire building appears to be infested. Small flying insects emerging from decomposed bodies.
Secondary generation housefly offspring. The parasitic cycle is complete. Building needs immediate biological containment.
Authorize incendiary protocols. Burn the entire structure.
Fire team is standing by. Napalm strike ready for your order.
Execute after Patricia is extracted. She's providing valuable intelligence.
Fire team reports building is overrun. Dozens of small flying insects emerging from windows. Secondary infestation is beginning.
Execute incendiary protocol immediately, before the offspring establish territory.
Authorized. Burn it all.
Napalm strike commencing. Building is fully engulfed. Secondary organism containment successful.
Patricia Vale's broadcast ended with the building destruction, but her warning reached over 2 million viewers. The entity threat is now public knowledge.
At least her sacrifice provided valuable intelligence and warned the surrounding population.
Media is calling her a hero. Brave journalist who died warning the public. How do we handle the narrative?
Let them call her a hero. She earned it. Patricia Vale saved hundreds of lives with her final broadcast.
Housefly entity neutralized through incendiary protocols. Biological containment successful, but we've lost another civilian witness to these creatures.
This time her testimony helped us instead of threatening us. Public awareness may be our best defense moving forward.
Maria, I've got some bad news. 3 residents went missing last night. Mrs. Henderson, Mr. Kowalski, and that sweet lady from room 204. Security says there's no record of them leaving.
Miguel? What do you mean no record? Don't they have cameras everywhere?
Well, that's just it. The cameras show empty hallways all night long, but the residents are gone, like they just vanished from their beds.
Maybe they wandered off. You know how confused some of them get.
No, Maria. These were bedridden patients. Mrs. Henderson couldn't even sit up without help. Something took them. There are new patients here, elderly people I've never seen before, but the staff acts like they've been here for months.
New patients aren't unusual, Miguel.
These aren't normal patients. They give off such uncanny energy. Plus, they walk like they're sleepwalking, but their eyes are open and they don't blink.
Jesus, Miguel, are you sure they're actually patients?
I'm starting to think they're not. I hid in the supply closet to watch them. They don't move during the day, but at night, they roam the halls, making sounds like medical equipment, beeping, whirring like machines.
Alert from Catholic Diocese Monitoring System. Father Miguel Santos reporting anomalous entities at Elder Care Facility. Description matches Sleepwalker profile.
Sleepwalkers?
Nightmare mirrors, also called the sleeping man. They infiltrate elder care facilities, mimic elderly patients to avoid detection. Extremely dangerous. Feed on vulnerable populations.
Another entity manifestation. How many facilities could be compromised?
Maria, I need you to call the police. I found Mr. Kowalski's room. It's completely empty. No medical equipment, no personal belongings. But the nursing staff insist no one by that name ever lived here.
Wait, what? But you've mentioned Mr. Kowalski dozens of times.
I know, but it's like he never existed. His name isn't even in any of our records. The staff looked confused when I mentioned him, like their memories have been erased.
Miguel, you're scaring me. This sounds like a psychological episode.
I'm not having an episode. These things are stealing people and erasing all evidence they ever existed. Look at this room. Mrs. Henderson lived here for 2 years. Now it's like she was never here.
Attempting direct contact with Father Miguel Santos. We need to coordinate evacuation of the facility.
Sleepwalkers erase memories of their victims. Makes investigation extremely difficult. Witnesses forget the victims existed.
How do we fight something that erases evidence of its crimes?
We don't. We evacuate and contain.
Miguel, I messaged 911. They're sending officers to check on you.
Tell them to be careful. These things can mimic human behavior during the day. They look like confused elderly patients, but at night they hunt. I saw one in the dining room. Its throat inflated like a balloon. Then it opened its mouth and it was huge, full of teeth.
Miguel, please get out of there.
I can't leave the residence. The real ones are still here. They're helpless against these things. This is what they really look like when they feed. The face is just a mask. Underneath, they're monsters.
Father Miguel Santos, this is Emergency Management Agency. We're monitoring your situation. You need to evacuate immediately.
Who is this? How did you get this number?
We monitor religious institutions for supernatural threats. The entities you're encountering are called sleepwalkers. They're extremely dangerous.
Father Santos, how many real patients remain in the facility?
Maybe 30 or 40, but I can't tell which ones are real anymore. The creatures look identical to elderly patients during the day.
At night, they reveal their true nature. Backward bending knees for rapid movement. Inflatable throats for swallowing prey whole.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. How do you know about these things? Maria, the government knows about these creatures. They have a whole system for monitoring them.
What government agency?
Emergency management. They're telling me to evacuate, but I can't abandon the residents.
Miguel, if the government says evacuate, you should evacuate.
Some of these elderly people can't even walk. How am I supposed to get them out? And the creatures are getting more active. I can hear them moving around, making those mechanical sounds. But now it sounds like ventilators and heart monitors. They're learning to mimic the equipment sounds better.
Father Santos, we're coordinating emergency evacuation. Medical transport vehicles are en route.
The sleepwalkers will try to prevent evacuation. They'll reveal their true nature if threatened.
Too late for evacuation. They're surrounding the building. I can see them through the windows, standing in the parking lot, just staring at the facility.
How many sleepwalkers are we talking about?
At least a dozen, maybe more. They all look like different elderly patients, but they move in perfect coordination. I'm barricading myself in the chapel. Brought as many mobile residents as I could. About 6 people who can still walk.
What about the bedridden patients?
I couldn't carry them all. God forgive me. I had to make choices. The creatures are in the building now. I can hear them in the corridors. Their knees are bending backwards, making clicking sounds as they move.
Miguel, the police should be there soon.
Police won't help. These things will just look like confused patients. The officers won't see the danger until it's too late. The creatures are outside the chapel. I can see their shadows under the door. They're not trying to break in. They're just waiting.
Classic sleepwalker behavior. They prefer to wait for victims to emerge, rather than force entry into secure locations.
Father Santos, military units are 15 minutes out. Can you hold your position?
I'll try, but the residents with me are terrified. Mrs. Garcia keeps asking what's happening. How do I explain that the other patients are monsters? Maria, I need you to know something, in case I don't make it out.
Don't talk like that. Help is coming.
These creatures, they're not random monsters. They target the most vulnerable people, the elderly, the infirm, the forgotten. People who won't be missed immediately. It's evil in its purest form, preying on those who can't defend themselves.
Miguel, you're a good priest. You've dedicated your life to helping people. That has to count for something.
I hope so. I really hope so. The sounds in the hallway are getting louder, not just the mechanical beeping anymore. Now it sounds like voices, calling for help in different languages: Spanish, English, what sounds like Polish. They're using the voices of their victims. They're trying to lure us out. One of the residents with me, Mr. Patterson, he heard his wife's voice calling from the hallway, but his wife died 6 months ago.
Sleepwalkers can mimic any voice they've heard, including voices of people they've consumed. Do not respond to familiar voices.
Mr. Patterson almost opened the door. I had to physically stop him. Now he's crying, saying I'm keeping him from his wife. This is psychological torture. They stopped making sounds. Complete silence in the hallway. That's somehow worse than the noises.
Maybe they left?
No, they're still there. I can smell them, like antiseptic and decay. Hospital smell mixed with death. They're waiting for us to think it's safe. Then they'll strike when we let our guard down.
Miguel, how much longer until help arrives?
The government people said 15 minutes. That was 10 minutes ago. So maybe 5 more minutes, if we can hold out.
Military units are engaging entities outside the facility. Father Santos, we're creating a distraction. The sleepwalkers should move away from your position.
I can hear gunfire outside. And screaming. Not human screaming, though. These things make sounds when they're hurt.
Sleepwalkers are vulnerable to conventional weapons, but they're extremely fast and agile. Military engagement could go either way.
The creatures are moving away from the chapel. I think the soldiers are drawing them outside.
This is your chance to escape.
I'm gathering the residents. We're going to try for the emergency exit. Maria, if something happens to me, tell my congregation I tried to protect the innocent.
Nothing is going to happen to you. You're going to get out and continue serving God.
From your lips to God's ears. We're leaving the chapel now. The hallway is clear. Emergency exit is 30 yards away.
Father Santos, military has secured the emergency exit. Evacuate immediately.
Almost there. The residents are moving as fast as they can. Mrs. Garcia is having trouble walking, but we're almost out.
Sleepwalker casualties confirmed, but several entities escaped into the woods. Secondary containment will be necessary.
We made it outside. The soldiers have us. We're safe. Thank God we're safe.
Miguel! I heard you got out. Are you okay?
I'm alive, shaken, but alive. 6 residents made it out with me, but so many others, they're gone, Maria, consumed by those things. And soon no one will even remember they existed.
You saved who you could. That's what matters.
The government people want to debrief me. They say there are other facilities that might be compromised, other places where these sleepwalkers could be hiding.
Will you help them?
Of course. If my experience can save even one person, then this nightmare will have served a purpose. Evil exists, Maria, but so does the will to fight it.
I'm proud of you, Miguel. You're a true servant of God.
Pray for the souls we lost tonight, and pray that we can stop these creatures before they claim more innocent lives. Oh, and one more thing. I saw this in one of the mirrors on my way out.
Hey, did you get this weird emergency message? It says it's from Long Horse's messenger, telling me to avoid Highway 67 tonight, between mile markers 12 and 15.
Long Horse is what now? Sounds like spam to me.
But it came through the emergency alert system. Same channel as tornado warnings and amber alerts. How would spam get through that?
Alex, ignore it. Probably someone hacking the system.
The message is really specific, though. It says there will be a manifestation event at 11:47 p.m., whatever that means.
Manifestation event? That's some science fiction nonsense.
Maybe, but what if it's not? What if someone's trying to warn us about something real?
Dr. Juniper, we're intercepting communications from Long Horse entity. It's contacting civilians directly through emergency channels.
Long Horse, that's not in our hostile entity database.
Long Horse is potentially benevolent. Historical reports suggest it warns people about danger, rather than causing harm itself.
The civilian receiving warnings is Alex Chen, college student. He's sharing the messages with friends and social media.
What kind of warnings is Long Horse providing?
Specific locations and times to avoid. Coordinates that match our predicted entity activity zones. Dr. Juniper, Alex is sharing Longhorse's warnings publicly, posted them on Twitter, Facebook, sent to local news. The warnings contain classified information about entity locations.
How could Longhorse know our intelligence? We haven't made those locations public.
Longhorse appears to have precognitive abilities. It may be able to predict entity manifestations, independent of our intelligence gathering.
There's something else. I traced Alex's message logs going back 6 months. He's been receiving warnings this entire time, before we even knew about most of these entities.
I think I need to message 911. The Longhorse messenger just sent me coordinates for 5 different locations, all with warnings about creature attacks in the next 48 hours.
5 locations? It's not random anymore. That's like organized intelligence.
Siren Head in Arizona, Bridgeworm in Vermont, something called God of Roadkill in Pennsylvania. How could one person know about all of this?
Alex, those are the exact locations from the news reports. The weird incidents that have been happening. This person predicted them all.
That's what I'm saying. Longhorse's messenger knew about these things before they happened. We need to take these warnings seriously. 911, I need to report potential terrorist attacks. I have specific locations and times.
Sir, what's the nature of the terrorist threat?
I've been receiving messages with coordinates, warning about creature attacks at specific locations. The warnings have been accurate so far.
Creature attacks? Sir, are you reporting animal attacks?
No, not animals. Large unidentified entities. The messages call them Siren Head, Bridgeworm, Cartoon Cat. I know it sounds crazy, but check the news. These exact incidents have been happening.
Sir, I'm transferring you to our Emergency Coordination Center. They handle unusual threat reports.
Dr. Juniper, we have a civilian calling in Longhorse warnings. Same Alex that Riley has been monitoring.
Put him through to our main channel. We need to understand how Longhorse is communicating.
Alex, this is Emergency Management Agency. We understand you've been receiving entity warnings.
You guys know about this stuff? About the creatures?
We're coordinating response to the entity incidents. Your warnings from Longhorse have been remarkably accurate.
So Longhorse is real? It's actually trying to help people?
Longhorse appears to be a benevolent entity. Unlike the others, it seems to protect humans rather than harm them.
Why is it contacting me specifically? I'm just a college student.
We don't know. Longhorse selects certain individuals for unknown reasons. You're one of several people receiving these warnings.
Jake, the government confirmed it. The Longhorse warnings are real. There's a whole agency dealing with these creature attacks.
The government knows about monsters. How long have they known?
That's what I asked them. They wouldn't give me a straight answer. But I just got another message from Longhorse's messenger. This one's different. It's not just about avoiding danger. It's about the government itself.
What do you mean?
Longhorse's messenger is sending me classified information, government research files on entity encounters, dating back to 1966. According to these files, the government has known about Siren Head since 1966, Bridgeworm since 1973, Cartoon Cat since 1982.
They've known for decades, and they never warned anyone.
It gets worse. The files show they've been studying these creatures, running experiments, testing their capabilities. But they never developed public safety protocols.
They let people die when they could have warned them.
That's exactly what Longhorse's messenger is saying. Government negligence has resulted in preventable casualties. Public deserves to know about entity threats. Decades of secrecy have endangered civilian populations.
Riley, how much classified information has Longhorse accessed?
Substantial amounts. Entity research dating back to the 1960s. Containment protocols, casualty reports, cover-up operations.
Longhorse isn't just predicting future events. It has access to our entire historical database.
This is a massive security breach. Decades of classified research exposed to a civilian.
It's not a security breach. It's Longhorse making a moral judgment about our failure to protect the public.
I just got what looks like the final message. Longhorse's messenger says this is the last warning.
What does it say?
Entity manifestations are not random events. Government agencies have monitored entity activities since the 1960s. Public warnings could have prevented 847 documented casualties. Current crisis represents systemic failure of protective institutions. Citizens must understand this was preventable.
847 casualties over how many years?
The document shows incidents going back 60 years, all covered up, all classified. People died because the government chose secrecy over safety.
Alex, what are you going to do with this information?
I'm going to share it, all of it. People have a right to know they've been kept in the dark. Longhorse trusted me with this information for a reason.
Dr. Juniper, Alex is preparing to release classified information. 60 years of entity research and cover-up operations. This will destroy public trust in government institutions.
Maybe that's what Longhorse intended. Maybe public distrust is justified.
Dr. Juniper, we can still contain this. Alex is one college student. Permanent containment protocols are available.
No, we've made enough moral compromises. Longhorse is right about our failures.
So we let him expose everything? Decades of research, all our methods, all our failures?
Yes, the public deserves to know what we've hidden from them. Longhorse is forcing us to confront our mistakes.
Jake, I'm posting everything online. Every document, every warning, every piece of evidence. Longhorse showed me the truth about these creatures, and the truth about our government's failure to protect us.
Are you sure about this? This seems bigger than any of us can handle.
That's exactly why it needs to be shared. Longhorse didn't give me this information to keep it secret. It gave it to me so everyone would know, so people could protect themselves. Since the government won't do it, and he's here right now, telling me to do this.
Alex, you're about to become the most famous whistleblower in history.
I don't care about fame. I care about the 847 people who died unnecessarily, and the thousands more who could die if nothing changes. Longhorse tried to warn us. Now it's our turn to warn everyone else. The age of secrecy is over. The entities are real, and the government has been lying about them for 60 years. People deserve to know the truth.
Riley, explain these unauthorized data transfers you've been approving. Alex has classified files that could only come from our systems.
Dr. Juniper, I can explain.
You've been forwarding classified information to a civilian, files dating back 60 years. How do you justify this breach of protocol?
Longhorse contacted me 3 months ago. It showed me what we've really been doing. We're not protecting people, Dr. Juniper. We're studying them as they die.
Riley, you've committed treason. Those files were classified for national security reasons.
National security? Or to cover up our failure to save lives. 847 documented casualties that could have been prevented. We had the technology. We had the knowledge. But we chose research over rescue.
Riley is right about the casualty numbers. I've seen the suppressed reports. We've been operating observation posts since 1963, watching entity encounters instead of preventing them.
Observation post? What observation post?
Project Silent Watch, hidden facilities near known entity territories. We've been documenting creature behaviors for research, while civilians die in the encounters.
Dr. Foster, that information is above classified. You're violating your security clearance.
My security clearance doesn't override my conscience. We've been treating human lives as acceptable losses. For 60 years, we've prioritized data collection over protection.
All personnel maintain silence immediately. Security breach protocols are now in effect. No further communication with unauthorized parties.
Fenton, Chad, Father Miguel, are you all receiving this? I'm distributing the complete EMA files, everything they've hidden about entity encounters.
Alex, this is incredible. They've known about Siren Head since 1966. My friends didn't have to die. The government could have warned us.
Same with my encounter in 1995. According to these files, they had observation posts in our area. They were watching us get hunted for research data. The sleepwalker files show facility infiltrations dating back to 1978. They knew elderly care facilities were targeted, but they never issued warnings to protect vulnerable populations.
The files prove they developed containment methods decades ago, effective protocols for stopping entity attacks, but they never implemented public safety measures. They let people die to study the creature's behavior.
Dr. Juniper, damage control is impossible. Alex's information release has reached 12 major news networks. Patricia Vale's emergency broadcast recordings are being used as evidence. The public is learning about our monitoring operations.
What kind of monitoring operations? I thought we were a crisis response team.
Dr. Juniper, you weren't given full clearance. EMA's primary mission has always been entity research. Crisis response was a secondary protocol to maintain public belief in government protection.
You're telling me our emergency response was theater? We weren't actually trying to save people?
We were collecting data while maintaining public confidence. Entity encounters provide valuable research opportunities. That research could eventually lead to better defense strategies.
Eventually? How many people had to die for your research?
847 documented casualties since 1963, plus unknown numbers of missing persons, all classified as acceptable losses for scientific advancement.
Dr. Juniper, you are relieved of command, effective immediately for security breach negligence. Colonel Wright assumes operational control.
All personnel report to security debriefing. Unauthorized communication with civilians ends now.
I refuse to participate in this cover-up. Riley was right to expose our failures. The public deserves to know what we've done.
Dr. Juniper, you are under arrest for treason. Colonel Wright, execute containment protocols.
Riley Kim, you are under military arrest. Charges include espionage and violation of national security.
They're arresting the EMA team members who tried to help us. Dr. Juniper and Riley Kim are in custody.
For what crime? Telling the truth about government negligence?
The files show observation posts at every major entity encounter. Hidden cameras, research teams, data collection equipment. They were documenting our friends and family members dying, while having the technology to save them.
This is worse than a cover-up. This is organized human experimentation, using unwilling civilian subjects. The elderly care facility files show they knew about sleepwalker infiltration patterns. They could have warned facilities to implement protection protocols. Instead, they let the creatures hunt vulnerable populations.
I'm forwarding everything to international news networks. CNN, BBC, Reuters. ALJEERAZ. The whole world needs to know what our government has done. Dr. Foster is joining us. She's bringing additional classified files. Technical specifications for entity containment systems.
Containment systems that actually work? They had ways to stop these creatures?
Sonic deterrence for Siren Head. Underground barrier systems for Bridgeworm. Electromagnetic containment for Cartoon Cat. All developed decades ago, all kept classified.
They let my friends die when they could have saved them, with technology they developed in the 1970s.
The sleepwalker containment protocols were perfected in 1985. Simple environmental modifications to prevent facility infiltration, but they never shared them with elder care facilities.
Because they needed the creatures to keep hunting, to collect behavioral data for their research. Human lives were just acceptable losses for scientific advancement.
Emergency session convened for EMA investigation. Testimony required from all personnel involved in entity research. 847 civilian casualties require immediate explanation.
I'll testify about everything I've learned. The government has been conducting human experimentation, disguised as crisis response operations.
I have complete digital records of all communications, proving government agencies prioritized research over rescue. Longhorse contacted me to expose this corruption.
I can provide technical documentation of suppressed containment technologies, effective protection methods kept classified to enable continued research.
Colonel Wright, explain the observation post operations.
No comment without legal representation. All activities were authorized under national security protocols.
Carl, explain the casualty classification system.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment rights. I refuse to answer on grounds of self-incrimination.
We did it. Congressional hearings are starting. The truth about entity research is now public knowledge.
847 people didn't have to die, but their deaths finally exposed the truth about what our government has been doing to us.
The observation posts, the hidden research, the suppressed containment technology, all of it documented and released to the public.
Longhorse gave us the evidence we needed to hold them accountable for decades of negligence.
The age of government secrecy about entity threats is over. Public safety protocols will be implemented. Containment technology will be shared with civilian populations. Never again will people die for the sake of research data.
Longhorse saved more lives by exposing the truth than the government saved in 60 years of crisis response.
And now everyone knows. The entities are real, the government knew, and people died unnecessarily. But from now on, the truth will protect us, where government secrecy failed.